So good evening. Apologies for the lateness. I couldn't get in my bloody garage. To park the car, guys. So apologies for the lateness. We are finally here. And bless up to the lads for waiting as well. Bless up to everyone in the chat for waiting. But we are here. We've got a lot to talk about. We won 1-0. We have Atleti on Wednesday. They won 3-1 after being 1-0 down against Bilbao. Griezmann scored. Sorloth scored twice. All 5 goals in that game, by the way. Oh, sorry, they won 3-2. All 5 goals in that game were class. Yeah, and we've got a big problem coming up on Wednesday because that ain't going to be an easy game like people think it is. We obviously, it's all Berta's fault that we're in this position. It's all our strikers' fault. Apparently the striker search is on. Well, we've got one, mate. He had us 9 points clear before that donkey came back and got injured again after missing sitters. The Etihad. But don't worry, they don't care about performances, lads. But the performance at the Etihad was outstanding. And if we can play like that for the rest of the 5 games, we'll win the league. Cool. What makes these idiots think that every team that plays us is going to play how Man City did? Mate, that makes sense. Anyway, we scrambled a 1-0 win. Well done to Eze. What a goal, lad. Take a bow. And we've got a lot to dissect. DJ, how are you, mate? You sound a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better. Getting there slowly. Still lingering on a little bit. A bit like the pain of watching Arsenal at the moment, lingering on, trundling over the line of the season. I've got to admit, Lee, I've been to some bad games in recent times at Arsenal, but that game on Saturday was just grueling. That was absolutely painful, really painful to watch. No tempo, no drive, no creativity, just all the things we've been saying. And it was only just that one bit of magic from Eze got us over the line. I felt if Newcastle would have been more braver and really put the hammer down, they could have probably got something out of the game. They just lacked a little bit of quality with the injuries they were missing. But yeah, nothing really to write home about, Lee, to be honest. I'm still on it. I'm still on a knife edge what we're going to win, if we're going to win. I can't see it playing like that. I just don't see how we're going to get anything at all, especially in midweek with Atleti. I just can't see it. I mean, yeah, it was a hard watch, but yeah, good day today. Sun's been out. It's gone in a little bit now, though. It's got a little bit cloudy, so probably have some rain on the way. But apart from that, all good, Lee. Well, always a pleasure to be on with Kenny and Matty and yourself, mate, and the chat.
Big up to you, mate. And excuse me, yeah, the sun's gone in here. I think it's going to rain in a minute. But Matty, we forced our way to watching that game. It was painful. How's your Monday been? I bet it's less painful.
Oh, yeah, it's been much better than that game this past weekend. You know, what's funny is that after we got through watching that game, I didn't even listen to what people had to say about the game. It was nothing to talk about, Lee. There was nothing to talk about. Yeah, we got the 3 points. I mean, Lee, that performance, that left a lot to be desired, man. And especially when you're coming down the stretch like this, and we got a massive game coming up Wednesday. Now, I'm going to tell you, if we play like we did Saturday against Atleti on Wednesday, it's going to be long days, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be long days. That was wild, that performance. And if Whistle just would have put that chance away, we're having a completely different discussion today. We were very fortunate to get away with 3 points there. A world beater by Eze. And we move on to this week here, another challenging week for the Arsenal. So we're here.
Yeah, facts. Kenny managed to stay awake at the ground.
Yeah.
How are you?
I was on the bus W3, innit? We were doing an interview when I was on the bus W3, coming from like straight
with all my adoring fans.
So yeah, I was back in, and my mate Steve, I said, oh, Sneak Gully. The funny thing was, there was an Arsenal fan. It was like I was squashed like a sardine. There's this Arsenal fan, egging me on, telling me what I say. I heard Steve, who reckoned my voice, going, "Hello, Kenny, and all that." And then these people on the bus, couples, were just looking at me and going, mouthing to me, "Are you doing it? Are this live? Are you doing an interview?" I went, "Yeah, it's live." I was whispering, "Don't swear." It was good. But, when you talk about the match, in the context of our previous form before the game, which was 6 games before we played Newcastle, it was 4 defeats in all competitions, 1 win in the injury time and 1 draw. This performance isn't actually a surprise. You know, the way we got our goal and the player who got it, only he would have done that. And then afterwards, when you talk about, you know, the performance, how Newcastle played and everything weren't a surprise. One thing I would say, I hear what you're saying about the number 9 and looking for another striker, but I always say, Lee, as long as Mikel's here, you've got to remember, whoever you sign, remember who your manager is. Another thing as well, just remember, as much as you rate the guy and you look at the goals record, you got to think, would this guy fit into a new manager's style of play? Because at the end of the day, I will batter Mikel all night and day, but I've got to do it with evidence. And this guy isn't giving me evidence to back him over Mikel. Because people in the crowd, and the fans, and you know, at the stadium as well, in the crowd, I'm telling you now, categorically, and I say categorically, and this is my honest opinion, they're not having him. Just saying it, not trying to take Mikel's side or my biasness, or I don't upset yourself. My good friend Albert and Dan, who recommend this guy. I'm telling you now, everyone in the Emirates who's sitting near me and the people are talking about in the stadium, they're not having him. Just be honest. I don't know why, but we could discuss this and debate this on the show. But I'm telling you now, they're not having him. And DJB could confirm and reaffirm what I just said.
You're on mute, mate.
There's a lot of there's a lot of tension around Gyökeres. They're getting frustrated because look, if you take away everything and look at the actual football player, he is a goal scorer. But unfortunately, under Mikel, he's not going to be in them positions too often. So if he's not going to be in them positions, he's got to bring something else to the party. And you know, his hold up play and his awareness is just not happening. And people are getting frustrated. People are getting frustrated. I still want him instead of Havertz all day long. I don't want Havertz. That's the reason why we bought him. We bought him because we didn't want Havertz, and I still don't think Havertz is the answer. But if he's going to get his opportunity, he's got to bring something else to the party. He has to. He has to start performing, because at the moment the Arsenal fans are getting pretty frustrated with him. You know, it does remind me a lot of, you know, of strikers in the past that we've signed on a big CV and they've not quite hit the ground running. You know, it's very, very similar. And it's a shame because he's got all the attributes there to score goals. Unfortunately, we've got a system that's not set up to score goals because I think we've only scored 6 in our last 5 games. So that tells you all you need to know. So it is frustrating on both ends. But, you know, he's not doing the basics right. And I think that's the frustrating thing in the crowd, unfortunately. Should they be making him a scapegoat? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not his fault, the reasons why we could end up trophyless. But if you take that away and look at him as a football player, as a striker, he's got to do more. He has to do more to playing for Arsenal. He has to.
No, I kind of hear it, but at the same time, can any of us name 5 big sitters he's missed this season? I can't. I can think of one where he tripped over the ball. Yeah, when he was going clean through. Well, I say clean through. He had a defender's take on. Yeah. Other than that, I can't think of any massive one-on-ones that he's missed. Yeah, and the problem I have with this, like, because it is a Gyökeres agenda right now. People love to say we have agendas. Yeah. We could sit here and rack our brains. You guys have been to all the home games. Yeah, a lot of the aways as well. We've watched all the games between us all. Yeah, every single fucking game this season. I'm struggling to find 5 massive chances this guy's missed. But then 29 up at the Etihad the other day, missing sitter after sitter after sitter, and that's amazing. because he brings something better to the team. Are these people brain dead? We didn't win with him. We didn't win the year before with him.
No.
Yeah, and we were 9 points clear without him. Yeah, he comes back, and now we scored 5 goals in 7 games. Yeah, it's not his fault that Martin Odegaard, can't pass the ball straight forward. Instead, he waits for Zubimendi and then passes backwards, and then Zubimendi dinks it out of play for a goal kick. He was clean through on goal. Yeah, and we've seen this multiple times with that captain. Yeah, so they can all take the piss that he couldn't make a pass to Saka. Well, at least he attempted the pass because Martin Odegaard didn't. Yeah, now they're all out here doing their videos and their tweets. They're giving it, the striker search is on. We're looking for a new striker. Oh, really? Doesn't matter what striker we buy under this manager, mate. 29's the favourite.
I think that what the thing is, right, is that there are people who've written him off pretty early. I looked at the football side of things, and I looked at Mikel, and I was unconvinced. I still remain. The reason why I remain unconvinced is I've looked at his game, and look what he does, and I think, right. And he doesn't win his duels. He hasn't got the space to get in behind, and the way he plays is he likes to run from deep and then get his shots off. One thing I will concede, it's happening again, I'm afraid. And what I mean, it won't happen again. I noticed a disconnect, during the Christmas period where they weren't passing to him, they weren't getting him in. And I thought, in the new year, that got sorted out. On Saturday when he came on, it happened again. It was in the second half. It was a second half. Odegaard had Gyökeres was alongside Odegaard, and Odegaard, rather than get Gyökeres in, went back to Zubimendi. Then Gyökeres has made the run. Zubimendi's made a lollipop like kind of pass, and it went to nowhere. So that criticism, get that. But the second half, where the crowd, and I think that's where he nailed his coffin, was on the counter attack on that left foot, where he had 4 people to pass to, and he ended up as a Newcastle clearance. Those are the things the fans are getting angry about.
Because they never wanted him. They wanted Sesko because the manager never.
I think when he first came, there was a lot of people, a lot of fans. They looked to the goal record, and now they look at the football situation. They don't like. I hate Kevin Havertz, by the way, but the problem is they're looking at what he's doing, and people now looking at the runs, looking at what's happening overall, and then they're looking at the disconnect and looking at how we played the football we're playing, and they're throwing the towel on him. And the thing about it is that they should be backing a player. They should want him to do well, but the problem is Mikel is part of the problem. But Mikel's going to get away with murder. The reason why he'll get away with murder because if the guy's not doing the basics, he's playing right into Mikel's hands. Because if I was coaching Arsenal and I saw Gyökeres, he's not my striker, I'll be killing him. I'll be flattening, not Gyökeres, Odegaard, I'll be strangling him. The fact is, he gets away with it. And that's the thing. Another reason why there's a disconnect as well, why Mikel's got away with it is, the Lisboa performance. Yes, it's against his team, his former team. He wants to do well. He tried too hard. It didn't work for him. We still got through. But the problem is, Mikel's gone and punch him. My big point is, we should never have been able to go back to Havertz. The circle of trust should be broken. This season was the season for the circle of trust to be extinguished so we can actually win the league. But what's happened, because we've effed up catastrophically, i.e. blown a 9-point lead, what's he done? He's gone back to the circle of trust. Like I said he would.
Yeah.
The problem is, has our player, the new striker, done enough for him not to go back to the circle of trust? And from my opinion, the answer is no. I don't know what
for me, I think he has. He's our top scorer and he had us 9 points clear. He was part of the reason we were top. 9 points clear. Yeah, and I just want to share this before I bring Matty in there. Go on, Kenny, sorry.
What I'm trying to say, for me, he has scored goals, but the problem is that I've got to get past my feeling that when I see Victor play, I should be saying in spite of, yes, he scored goals, but I should be saying it, and I find myself doing it again and again this season. And I'm no Arteta man. I think Arteta has no business being at the club. He should have gone a long time ago. But the problem is, if I'm going to bash me manager, I want to be able to say, right, this wrong, this wrong. But when I need the player to be able to support my theory. At the moment, when I watch Victor, I can't see it. I really can't. I'm struggling with Victor.
So this stat here, yeah, right. Erling Haaland, 116 shots. This was as of yesterday, yeah, right, in the Premier League. Premier League, 116 shots. That's an average of nearly 4 a game. 53 on target. He scored 24 goals out of 53. Yeah. Our striker has only had 47 shots all season. 47. Less than fucking, well, it's nearly a third. Yeah, it's nearly a third. Yeah, 1.4 a game, 1.1.5 a game. 18 shots on target. He scored 12 out of 18. But don't worry. Yeah, the circle of trust player, yeah, that this fan base are fucking in love with because the manager's in love with him. Yeah, has had 8 shots all season. 4 of them went out the fucking stadium at the Etihad, by the way. Yeah, 3 on target, and he scored 1 goal. And that never even went down as a shot, I don't think, because Donnarumma kicked it off of him. Yeah, crazy. But don't worry, he's the saviour. For me, I don't get it. I just don't understand it. This Victor Gyökeres is getting less than a half of Erling Haaland. Yeah, and let's be real. If you look at their wingers, yeah, nobody rates Savio, nobody rates Doku. Yeah, people rate Cherky and Bernardo, but not as highly as some of our players. So how's he getting 116 shots away and ours is getting 47? Make that make sense.
I mean, before Matty comes in, Lee, I said right from the start, it doesn't matter who you bring in with this manager. We could go and get Alvarez from Atleti next year. It doesn't matter who you bring in. I said it from day one, unless he starts to change the way he plays and gets a different kind of system going, Gyökeres is going to be up for criticism because he's going to look bang average when he's not scoring goals, right? Now, the problem is now, I think it's a bigger problem. We've got no creativity in midfield. As central midfield area, we have no creativity at all. You put that on top of a left-sided midfield that's non-existent. Let's be honest. Trossard and Martinelli are non-existent. So he's trying to score goals with no wingers because Saka's off the boil. Noni Madueke is absolutely dreadful. So you try and score goals when you've got no midfield, no wingers. It's an impossible task. It's an impossible task. But the only reason why I think, and this ain't an Arteta thing, but the only reason why I think he's taking criticism, I mean, they're swinging it on a different narrative. I'm just talking from a football point of view. And so he's like Kenny. But when you look at Gyökeres, he's got to start doing the other basics properly. And I can see where fans are getting frustrated with him on a fan basis around me. But it's an impossible task. It's absolutely an impossible task. The biggest problem is the manager. And that's why at the end of the season, if you win a trophy, fantastic, see you later, because it ain't changing. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It really is.
Thanks. Before I bring Matty in, yeah, Erling Haaland's missed 27 big chances in the Premier League this season. 27. But Victor Gyökeres is the worst striker ever to have played in English football, according to this fucking retarded fan base. Yeah, he's missed 7. Yeah, he's missed 7.
Dear oh Lord.
Yeah. Oh, 29, by the way, who's played literally nearly 1/4 of the fucking appearances of Victor Gyökeres, has missed 5. But don't worry, guys. He's going to save us. Do me a fucking favour. Yeah, this guy is shit. Yeah, Victor Gyökeres, yeah, is not a link-up player. He's not a run-the-channel player. He's not a hold-up player. He's a fox in the fucking box. Get the ball in, high volume, high goal output. Same as Victor Osimhen. Same as Erling Haaland. You get the ball in the box 6 times for Erling, he's scoring a hat-trick. Yeah, he ain't scoring 6, is he? He'll miss 27 big chances. Yeah, in 33 games. Yeah, come on, what are we doing here? Yeah, or 32 games. That's before the game at the weekend. Oh, they actually haven't played their game. My bad. Yeah, I think Gyökeres, that's before the game at the weekend. Yeah, and last time I checked, he didn't even have a fucking chance in that game. Yeah, but don't worry, guys. 29 is the saviour. Erling Haaland's missed nearly 30 big chances this season and bagged 24 goals. That tells you all you need to know as to why Man City is still in this title race. We don't create enough for our striker.
No.
Yeah, sorry, matey. I know you've been waiting patiently, my friend.
No, it's all good, brother, because, see, I'm going to do a little cooking. First, I'm going to start with this. If we didn't have 12 goals from Gyökeres, we wouldn't even be talking about being in first place right now. We wouldn't even be talking about it. So you could, if you was to subtract all 12 of his goals this year, we probably at least 6 or 9 points behind City. People need to start stepping back and looking at this thing for what it is. JB hit on it earlier. Lee, I'm going to share this screen. When you see this, because you know I'm a stats man, I'll bring the facts here. We're not going to just come off with emotion. When you see this, let me zoom in here, Lee. These are the assist leaders for the team this season.
This is it. This is it.
Look who is at number 1, ladies and gentlemen. A defender. Look at number 2, Declan Rice. Odegaard, 5. Trossard, 5. Magalhaes is before Martinelli. The system is broken. I've told you this time and time and time and time. I keep hearing today, oh, we want to sign Victor Osimhen. To do what? The same thing that he's doing? Because he's a volume striker. We want to sign Alvarez. For what? To do the same thing? He's a volume striker. Every striker people keep calling out to bring into this team is the same exact prototype. They are volume strikers that require the ball at their feet to be fed to them on a consistent basis. We, as Kenny stated, I will give Kenny this, we do not play that way. We play with possession to hold the ball. This is why we end up in so many games where it's 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, 1-1, all these close games. Because we don't play for volume. We don't play to score. You saw it this past weekend. Odegaard has the ball, striker's wide open, passes to Zubimendi.
Mm-hmm.
You get put out of a football club for that back in the day, doing something like that. You'd be run out of world football. You wouldn't even be in the MLS. You'd be down in South Africa somewhere playing, doing some stupid shit like that. And then we've got people coming out today talking about it's the striker's problem. Look, hold on, Lee. I got another one right here ready to go. 12 goals.
Why you're loading that 1 second, mate? Because this is funny. This is funny. Sorry to cut over you, bro.
All right, brother.
This is fucking funny, yeah? Watch this. Match-winning goals is directly secured points in high-stake matches, such as a penalty winner against Everton and a brace in the North London derby win, which I'll, by the way, put us ahead. Yeah. Leading scorer. Yeah, is the only player that's got double figures in our club. Oh, in 2026. Yeah, before the weekend. I think that's before the weekend. Yeah. He's scored 7 of his 12 league goals in 2026, making him the most informed striker in the league during the second half of the season. Yeah, they can all fucking hold that. Yeah, all these mutants, yeah, they're out here chatting absolute bollocks about this striker. Yeah, can all jog on. Yeah, he's not great to watch. Put the ball in the fucking box, he'll bury it. Not rocket science. They can all hold that. All about getting there. Oh yeah, it's Berta's fault. Shut up, man. It's your manager's fault.
Bring this one up, Lee. This is last year. This is what we had last year. Look at this. That's what we had last year. He's the reason you wanted a striker. And now everybody wants him back.
It's crazy, isn't it? It is crazy.
He's the sole reason that Gyökeres is at the football club. And now you want the person that you wanted to replace to come back and try to save you. What is Martinelli? We went through this last week, fellas. We went through this last week. Where was Martinelli's goal this past weekend? Where were these goals at this weekend? Where were these players' goals at everybody talking about? Nowhere to be seen. It took a world-class goal from Eze, who was signed by Berta, by the way, to come into this football club and save us again this past weekend. I keep telling you, we have a scoring drought at this team. Nobody wants to talk about that. Everybody wants to go point at this striker. The number one reason why, and I'll tell you why, They're so upset about that goal this weekend because the goal didn't come from Saka after being out for the last couple of weeks. That's the only reason why everybody's got their arms up and arms cutting the fool about it. Because they wanted Saka to come off that bench, score. Oh, he's going to inspire. Because you know what they were going to do, fellas. Oh, he's going to inspire us to the title. He's taking us to the next level. Starboy's back. We're going to roll. We're going to take on the world. Didn't happen. Now we got to go against Atleti. It's going to be ratcheted up even more. Because that's going to be a different Atleti that we're playing. And if we're in a scoring drought against a team that just slayed Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, that Barcelona just got slaughtered by this team, then you know what's coming this week. Another feather in the cap of failure for this manager. And if we were to, in some miracle, get past this team, you already know what's coming with Bayern Munich. Down by 3, win by 4? Oh, come on. You know, team. With the reserve, with Victor Jackson. What's his name over there scoring?
Nico Jackson.
After
winning the league the week before.
Yeah, scoring goals. Nico Jackson. Now, he's getting a tune out of that. This is why I said we are in for a rude awakening coming down the stretch here. People, Man City, they had trouble with Southampton. So did we.
We only scored one against Burnley. We only scored one against injured-ridden Newcastle at home.
JB, nobody wants to have the discussion here that this team is not clicking. And Kenny hit it right on the head. We're back to where we were. Kenny back in September and October.
Mm-hmm.
When we were sitting here saying, when are y'all go? Somebody's gonna have to trust somebody around here. You're gonna have to either let the striker try to win this title for us or win something for us, because that's the best. That's the only way I see where the goal's coming from is the striker, or Eze. Are you gonna let these guys play? Mikel is not gonna let you do that. He's going to micromanage his team from now until the end of the season, and his horde of followers are going to hop right on board with him, and they're going to mess around here. This brother's gonna leave this football club. He's gonna go right over to Bayern Munich, or he's just gonna go over to Barcelona. And he's going to start knocking in goals, and folks are going to say, well, what happened? Why can't he do that with us? And nobody wants to take the time to look around. You know, when you're looking for something for that in the house, looking for your keys, you keep looking. And you say, oh, I found it. That's the way you need to find Arteta is the problem. You need to look up and say, oh, that's the problem right there. It's him. It's his system. It's not hard to see. I told you all back in November, 18 goals in 10 years. People will look back at this and go, how the hell did Victor Gyökeres score 18 goals? With the way Mikel Arteta plays football, they'll be doing Netflix documentaries on the same way on a team. They'll be sitting down, explain to us how did you score these 18 goals in a team where you're constantly doing set pieces and scoring from corner kicks and throw-ins. It's a miracle that he has 18 goals with the way we play. 5 assists is the top. We're at the end of the year, panel. 5 assists.
It's crazy.
Martinelli, one goal.
That sounds like something.
One goal. 29, one goal.
Lee, that sounds like something you would see from Gibraltar over 10 years in international football.
Trouble is, right, Matty, sorry to cut over, right? But what else they're overlooking as facts as well? They're all looking at Gyökeres. But the fact of the matter is, for the money we've spent on this football team, going for 4 trophies at the start of the season, or 3 or 2 or whatever you want to call them, we should be scoring goals from other areas as well. I mean, it's dried up everywhere. We haven't even got a midfield player in double figures. Nothing.
That's what
We've
people
got
need.
No wingers. Rice is playing in an 8. He said in an interview, and I can't remember what it was, oh, Mikel's got me playing a different role. I'm getting the opportunities now more often to score. I think it was the last goal he scored, right? He hasn't scored since. We've got no
creativity.
See, people are blaming the finger at Gyökeres because it's Havertz and Havertz is Arteta's man, and you've got all the crazy stuff like that. But the fact of the matter is, you go on, you win titles, you've got to score goals from other areas, and we just don't look like scoring. I sat there all day, and Kenny did on Saturday, sat there all day, and honestly, once that first goal went in, I'm thinking, if they score now, we're done. We are done. I said to my son, if they score at any time, they'll either go on to win it, Newcastle, or we're coming out of here with a draw. We just didn't look like scoring. Just didn't look like scoring. And that's how it's been since this guy has been in charge. 22-23 season was probably about the best season where we was scoring goals. Since then, it's been absolutely diabolical.
Just like last season. Just like last season, DJB.
Yeah.
You know, there was games last season getting into straight where Crystal Palace, it was back this time last year, we played Crystal Palace. Scored a good goal. And Palace somehow 2-2. Then, obviously, the next home game was Brentford. That was the end of Wanyeri, by the way, when Wanyeri didn't do Mikel's bidding. He wasn't tracking back, which was very ludicrous. But I just said to my mate, see that guy over there? He won't be getting many minutes if he doesn't buck his ideas up. And he hasn't really played since then in the right wing position. Again, went in front, and then setting off, Johan Wizza did what he did. He didn't do on Saturday, but he did last year, 1-1. Then Bournemouth was like the catalyst. Declan Rice rounds the keeper, and then before you know it, for a long throw-in, Bournemouth got their equaliser, and then they got their winner. And that's the thing. We are no different in terms of the way we're playing, the way we're finishing, to how we were last season. So this kind of inkling that, you know, we've got to look at goal difference. I'll say to people, and you know, on the eve of the game and after, I said, you know what, you need to calm down a bit. We need to learn how to win first. We got to learn. Because at the moment we're not really playing well. The football's not flowing. We're giving the ball away, and teams are able to get bodies forward quite easily and break our press whenever they feel like it. The Newcastle game, for a team that you know is playing with very little confidence, I'll tell you one thing: we gave their confidence back. Did you see that on the bench? They had Lewis Hall, they had Wizza, Voltamada, Harvey Barnes, Alanga, and you think, is there a transfer problem? Can you imagine if they were all fit, and they all got with a manager? What would happen? They started, but they didn't start. But even without them, they were still creating overage from the first kickoff. Tao ran through our defence. A defender, by the way, just went peep, no challenge. And then all of a sudden, the only time a challenge came in was when he got in the box for Osuna. And that was the theme of the game. The amount of space Tonali had in that match, the way he was just picking his passes, the way even Gyökeres was able to get his balls down the line, and they managed to get it down the flanks. I mean, there were times where, we had a bit of openings, but there were times when I was thinking, can you imagine if we actually played a team with a bit of confidence and a bit of quality, what they do to us?
Atleti.
I got 3 of them coming your way, Kenny. Fulham.
Exactly. Fulham as well. Fulham only played once a week. Can you imagine it? Are they playing against Aston Villa? And everyone's thinking, if we win the league on beat Fulham on Saturday, we win the league. What are they watching? What are they seeing? We don't watch. Where's Carragher seeing? You know, Martin Keown, obviously he's special. He's special. And then, you know, Simon Jordan has to keep him in check, but Martin's special. You know, we haven't heard much from Theo Walcott. You know, Theo Walcott. Yeah, we haven't heard much from him. He's probably an American, you know, telling a few Jack and Norries. But that's what I'm trying to say is that we've got to stay grounded. The reason why we've got to stay grounded is because I still see a mistake in us. I see Fulham, who are playing well. I see West Ham, who, you know, since they dropped back-to-back defeats against Forest and Wolves, they've been virtually flawless. Even when they lose, they're very unlucky to lose. I think their last loss, I think it was against Liverpool, and since then they've been a bit of a run. So they're going to play us. They're going to see all that space that we're affording teams now, and they're going to see how we give the ball away by trying, and how our goalkeeper holds onto it because he can't hit it long. You think they're going to be scared of us? Burnley are pathetic. But Burnley are one of those teams who basically every year they win a raffle to get in the Premier League.
I mean, that's the team that's the team that causes us trouble. That's the team that causes us trouble because we're
under Sean Dyche. Under Matty, Sean Dyche. But what Burnley are going to do is Burnley are going to think, you know what, stuff it. We're not going to get embarrassed. We're going to frustrate them. It's going to be like the way they do against Man City. Come and have a go. You think you're hard enough, kind of.
Man City should have won that 4-0. I watched that game.
Yeah, they should have.
They should have had a penalty as well.
Yeah, but you know what we're like. The way
Scammer 1-0 corner.
Yeah, that's it. And then last game was Crystal Palace. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what
last game?
Yeah. Who knows? Probably before that, I'm hearing before that. I don't know what's happened before that. That I know that a few days after the end of the season, there's a potential Europa League final. So you don't know what frame of mind they're in. If there's a situation where they're already safe and players want to play in that Europa League final, who knows what their attitude will be against us? Who knows where we're going to be by then? But it could be over by then, Lee. It could be over by then because I don't see a team that's going to go and batter a team. I see a team that's just
scraping
enough.
We're getting lucky. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Very quickly. I'm going to go
very
lucky.
lucky.
I'm going to empty this. Yeah, very quickly. Yeah, the star boy's back. He's missed more big chances than our striker. That's apparently the enemy of the football team. Yeah, star boy's missed 2 big chances more in less minutes. But it's all Gyökeres' fault, guys. Yeah, these men chat shit. Yeah, swear to God, the narrative against this striker. Yeah, he's shit. We know he's shit. Put the ball in the fucking box. It's not rocket science.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we're not asking him to go out there and be Ronaldo Nazario. We're not asking him to go do that. His job is to kick the ball in the back of the net. Put him in the best.
When they say he ain't got a first touch, mate, yeah, his first touch should be a fucking shot.
That's what I'm saying. How many times we talk about this when we all sit back in the back? The striker's job, get the ball, the first touch is the shot.
How comes Noni Madueke's not taking? Because he's one of the worst player I've seen at Arsenal Football Club in years.
Because the manager wanted him.
The
manager never wanted Gyökeres, DJ. So now they're all for the manager.
I mean, he surpassed the Nielsen territory for me. He's past
he's up there, the Nielsen. He's up there with them all. He's absolutely terrible.
He is god awful, man. You know,
he's absolutely terrible. I mean, there's no output. How he even gets an England shirt is an absolute embarrassment. That's an embarrassment to my country. That he gets an England shirt. It's ridiculous because he's clueless. He's got no final third. If what he does, if a defender stands him up, if he has to think for that split second, you've done him. You've done him. All you got to do is jockey him, stand him up, make him think. Stop him in his tracks, make him think about what to do, and you've done him. Because you don't know whether to pass, you don't know whether to shoot, you don't know whether to cut inside, you don't know whether to cross the ball. And this is what I'm saying. I mean, you link all this to Gyökeres, he ain't going to score goals in this team. No one's going to score goals in this team. No one. No one. Look at Zubamendi. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of Zubamendi anyway. But
you know what?
Completely fallen off of a cliff.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that's the situation. There's a lot of people who don't understand the situation. Again, I'm only going to go by a conversation I had with people that you know the good thing about this podcast, and the good thing about Arsenal fans in general, and going to a match, is that you'd be very surprised how many people don't watch podcasts but had the same opinion as us. And how many people actually watch us? And I was speaking to a guy who I used to sit near to at Highbury. And he was with Annie. They all say they're not a couple, but come on, I always see you two together in matches. You must be having some sort of relationship. You know what I mean? And, I've heard of men and women being best mates, but come on, that's a mateship that's lasted the amount of time being a season ticket holder. But anyway, that's another story. Anyway, they verbatim was saying everything all 4 of us have been saying on the podcast in terms of their suspicions about Arteta, their dissatisfaction with the style of play, their dissatisfaction with the team selection, and their dissatisfaction with in terms of him being able to be the man. And they're even toying with the idea. And I get put words in their mouth. They ask me questions. And every time I open my mouth and say something, not once did I have someone put their hand up and say, no, I don't agree with you. I talked about the prospects of him after his 6-year cycle, probably being at the end of the road, that we need to look elsewhere, that the players need enough voice. No argument. They disagreed with me on one thing. They thought that we didn't bottle the title in 2023 on the basis of our inexperience. and they were ooming and ahhing about, 2023, 24. But this season, then the way they're talking, they're not going to even contemplate or accept us not winning the league, especially after the run we had and the opportunities we had, where they're saying that this Man City side is not the side it was that won the treble, and even going back to Pep's great sides, and they can't understand how it's got to this. They're in shock. A lot of our fans, they thought they understand that we've got a bottler's approach, we've got a bottler's reputation, but even this season they're in shock. They can't believe that it's got to this. These are normal fans who kind of are spell Twitter and don't even know about podcasts and just go to drink, go for a match, have a point. After the match, they go to any pub that'll have them, and they'll be there till about closing time, and they go home.
Yeah, no, it's facts, Kenny. I mean, I just cannot get my head round how we're all still stressing out. We should be home and dry. This Champions League should be an absolute joy to look forward to now. We should have the Premier League wrapped up. Even though we got beat by Man City, it should be wrapped up. We should be 9 points clear now, easy. Carabao Cup should be in the bag. We should be at a Wembley final. Let's face it, we should be in a Wembley final because we're the beaten Chelsea, we're the probably beaten Leeds. Yeah, we should be in a Wembley final if we'd have done and played right. And this Champions League coming up in the midweek, what we're going to probably talk about, it should be a bonus. We should be relaxed. Instead of that, here we are again, stressing out. We know what's round the corner. He's not going to play any different at all against Atleti than what he's been playing recently. And I personally think, I'll be honest with you, we was holding on. We was holding on till the last minute to get our semi-final ticket, right, Kenny, Matty? We was holding on because we was both in agreement that this could be over by the first leg. We are due, whether you like it or not, and I know a lot of people ain't going to say this, but we've been getting away with a hell of a lot lately. Man City, that second half in that Carabao Cup final, should have battered us. We've been getting away with a hiding, and I think a hiding is just around the corner, and it could be midweek. I think it really could be midweek. I reckon it could be free. It could be out of sight, Matty, in midweek.
Well, I mean, the recipe for disaster is there. It's like I told you, we're in a scoring drought, and
it's crazy.
This scoring drought goes back months.
Yeah,
months. We're talking a month, and for some players, 6 months. I mean, you're not going to be able to keep getting by like this when you got players who hadn't scored since December. I mean, it's just the facts of the facts. They're in form. Yeah, I know they lost last week to Sociedad, but they're in form. You know, they've got Lookman. I mean, you look at the team. I mean, just look at the setup. Look at the trouble that we've had with lesser teams the last.
Griezmann's buzzing, isn't he?
Old man Griezmann is still cooking. Old man Griezmann is still moving around pretty good there. You look at the striker. You know, you saw that goal that league we watched the other day with Alvarez, where he shifted his feet in the final there, and he scored. I mean, then if you get past them, I keep warning folks about Bayern Munich. We beat Bayern Munich. We beat them already. You hadn't beat this Bayern Munich. I'm telling you now. Me, JB, and Lee have watched Bayern Munich almost every week since we played them in the Champions League. Every week. Just
man, like Elise.
I'm telling you now.
Different world, honestly.
Yeah.
Wow.
49 GA, Ballon d'Or Lise, yeah?
Yeah, I'm telling you now, warning you. I'm just giving you a warning. You ain't beating that Bayern Munich team.
We're getting battered if we play them.
Yeah, not Bandit.
We're getting battered if we play PSG, mate. We're getting battered.
Yeah.
Listen, we can get battered by Atleti. Let's not even get that far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
yeah. Everyone's sitting there saying that this Atleti game, it's going to be a bore fest, a snooze fest. No. We're going there to snooze fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can coach an attack, mate. Griezmann man of the match at the
Let's
weekend.
not forget, Lee. They hit the bar. They hit the bar in the first draw when we played them
Yeah,
before.
when we was 1-0 up, they hit the bar and then they fell apart. Right.
Yep.
That is a
doing that
totally
again.
different Atleti. And let me tell you now, yeah, they're so far clear of 5th place. They've already qualified for the champs. This is all they got left.
Yeah,
And we're going to their ground.
played
That
nobody
stadium's
at the
not
weekend.
easy, bro.
He played nobody at the weekend. He rested everybody this weekend.
He rested pretty much everyone. Against Elche the other day in midweek or earlier in the week. Yeah, he rested the whole fucking team. Yeah, and so they've had 2 weeks off. And let me just say this before you come in. Sorry, DJ, yeah?
No, go on, man.
Let me show you this real quick. Bless up for sending this as well to the email, yeah? Hopefully you can hear it, guys.
Oh, look.
Jamie Carragher.
Says the striker is the answer to all their problems. I don't think that striker will be the answer to their problems. And I think whoever that striker is, eventually in the season will end up being on the bench and have Virtual play instead of him.
I could have sworn. Where's Shane? Is Shane in the chat? Is Shane going in the chat? I've heard. That's what I wanted to.
Kenny's been calling it. DJ's been calling it. We've been calling it. Man.
I said
Kenny called it from as soon as we signed, even before we signed the striker. You said it, Kenny.
Yeah, and we also said Odegaard will be back.
Yeah, the circle
He'll revert back to exactly the same as what we started.
The only person who's not in that circle trust is Missy is Timber. Benjamin White is out of circle trust.
Yeah,
Weiss circle trust. The defenders circle trust. And now another thing as well, another tactical thing I've noticed, and this is going to really, really put the cat amongst the pigeons. And a couple of people are saying it who know one guy who knows football in particular. He's keeping his beady eye on the amount of times the opposition are letting our defenders have the ball. They panic when Saliba gets the ball, but if you notice, they're letting Gabriel Magalhaes on the ball. Now, hand on heart, Gabriel Magalhaes on the ball. Have you noticed that the minute he gets the ball, the way they go, zoop,
panic. Yep.
That's another tactical thing I'm noticing in the opposition. He's not great on the ball, and eventually he'll be out of the circle trust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the thing about it is, like when you actually look at how we're playing, and if you look at our form, we've scored 5 goals in 7 games. Yeah, well, Atleti scored 3 at the weekend. To Bilbao, yeah, they conceded 2.
7.
Yeah, they
and
conceded.
We've only played Man City out of them games.
Yeah,
Man City, Southampton, Sporting home and away. Newcastle. Who was the other game?
Bournemouth.
5 goals.
You got to include Southampton in those games. You've got 7 power.
5 goals.
7 games. There's 5. We scored 5, conceded 8.
So I'm saying, Man City, by the way, are 18 domestic games unbeaten. They ain't lost a game since when was the last time Man City lost a game, guys?
Man United.
It was Man United. Carrick's first game. Carrick's first game. Thank you, Kenny. It was Carrick. That was the 17th of January.
What?
They ain't lost a game at home. In the league.
Why are people surprised? Then isn't that the most pep thing that you hear? That's one of the most pep things you probably hear.
I hear what you're saying, but we all thought last season we were taken by surprise in the fact that they're in transition. This season, we even at the beginning of the season, because we saw the amount of money that they were spending, the amount of money Liverpool was spending, we thought we were third pick for the title. And then as the season developed, it looked more and more like, hang on it, this is between Arsenal and Liverpool. And then after Liverpool, were stopped getting those injury time winners, it became our title. And even during the season, and I don't think any Arsenal fan, despite the fact Man City got Pep Guardiola, I don't think any Arsenal fan actually thought that Man City would be competitive this season in terms of the title. We thought they'll be competitive in Europe and the leagues. And even now that Man City are in the straight, I still believe to this day that they're not a great Man City side, which means how good are we really? Because everyone talks about us being, we're a better team than Man City. We've got this great squad. We've got 2 players for every position, but we're not actually that good, are we? Because let's face it,
bang average.
We can't score. Our attack is average. Midfield is knackered. Our defence is not as great as we think it is. If we thought it was world class, but actually it's very good rather than being world class. And the only world class thing we've got at the moment is our goalkeeper.
Balling.
Let's face it.
And even then, he's a liability. Because
Yeah,
at any point, he can do a bozo moment because of the way he's being told to play. The man's trying to travel the ball out of fucking defence the other day.
Well, Sky are showing the Newcastle game. Of course, they're going to talk about our short corner routine. But if they have any balance, they should talk about the things that we weren't doing well and show it to the players so they don't, go to the Atletico Madrid game and think, you know what, everything's all right, because it's not all right. Because as DJB is saying, as Matty's alluded to as well, if we don't get a spanking this season, we should be very, very fortunate.
It's coming next season. We could be Liverpool next season. We could be Liverpool.
We can like this. We can like this. I'll tell you one thing, and I love this club with all my heart. But I pray, I will worry about us if we somehow get the final, get PSG, because I promise you, right,
you're gonna get
what PSG to Internazionale against our depleted team that can't score, it'll be 6. It'll be 6. If we carry on giving the ball away like that, and we keep on letting them go
the final
for
in Baku was bad. Wait till we do get to the final.
Hey, we ain't getting to the final.
Hey,
I'll be surprised if we make that
PSG.
Final.
If anyone who plays PSG in Budapest, I feel sorry for them.
They're not getting
one leg
PSG ain't making it. Bayern are beating them.
I think it's one leg
Bayern have won their
semi.
league. Yeah, PSG are still on sideways. Bayern have wrapped the league up already.
Yeah, but there's only one. But the thing with PSG,
Harry Kane could do a treble and Spurs could get relegated. How funny would that be?
Hear what you're saying, Lee. But let me tell you something about PSG. Don't be surprised if they do win, because they're the sort of team that have got the biggest nuts I've seen in football, where they got no problem going to the Allianz Arena and thinking, yeah, let's have it.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned in nuts, Kenny. Yeah, because in the press conference at the weekend, the manager basically said, "Put your nuts on the table," without saying "put your nuts on the table." He said, "Let's put it all on the table." He said,
"Yeah."
I'm not claiming an assist there.
No, claiming the assist. Martin Odegaard would. Saka fanboys would.
You know what? Right, the thing is, it's whatever happens this season. All I'm saying is, if he's still here next season, playing like we're playing, then it's going to be an absolute disaster. I'm telling you now, I can't get excited at all for next season if it remains the same.
And you know what, JB,
we need another rebuild. We need 7 players out the door.
But you know what? It won't matter, because the next 7 that come in gonna be held to the same system that this man just got lined up. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They're going to be the same. They expected to do the same exact thing that this batch is doing right now. He better been over there looking at Yunus. That's
listen to this. Big up Latvian Guna, bro. Andrea Berta attended the derby yesterday, Galatasaray Fenerbahce. He initiated contacts regarding a possible loan move. What's a load of bollocks? Yeah, he was just going to watch the game and getting Yunus, bro. Yeah. There's also ongoing talks regarding exchange for Osimhen plus cash in excess of 50 million plus add-ons if your move is deemed permanent. Yeah.
Who came up with this?
Who started this rumor? Because this fucking siege campaign against my fucking striker can get in the bin. Yeah. That guy is not going on loan to fucking Galatasaray, bruv, and we're not getting Victor Osimhen.
You're over there looking at Yunus, Lee. That's what he's doing.
Thank you, man. Because he's on cheap wages, bro, and he's a baller and he's better than all of our midfielders.
If Mikel, Mikel the great, or Mikel Captain Scarlet is still here next season.
Captain Scarlet.
I worry. I know, seriously, on a footballing point of view, I'm seriously concerned. I'm seriously concerned about Victor Gyökeres, about the situation. Regardless, if we win the league, I'm still concerned about whether we'll get games. If we don't win the league, I'll be very, very, very concerned about his game time, especially if certain players are fully fit. I'm concerned.
Yeah, but Kenny, I hear what you're saying, yeah. But we get dubbed as the negative toxic channel over here on the League on the channel, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? But this fan base, they're doing a siege campaign against a striker who's our top striker that had us 9 points clear. And I know you guys don't particularly rate him as highly as me, yeah? But at the same time, you're respectful with it. These men are out here doing think pieces, yeah, and making out we're signing. Now all these stories of him being loaned out because he made one misplaced pass on a counter-attack. Do me a favour.
There's two reasons they're doing it.
Because they're more negative than us and they don't believe their manager can.
No, the obvious reason is obviously that they bought into like what Kai does and what he could, and they exempt what he can't do, and they think, right, Mikel likes him. They kind of understand the way Mikel plays. Yeah, like we're going to Kai Havertz. Or the second ones are the ones who think, you know what? And bear with me. You know how your eyes are bigger than your belly sometimes when you look at a plate of food, and then when you get the food and you see it being cooked, you think, I can't wait to have that. And then you go in, you eat the food, and you expect more. I think what a lot of fans, maybe myself, are in that category, expecting more. And I think that's where it is. Obviously, when you look at the pie chart and you look at the percentages, it's not 50-50 in terms of why a lot of people are doing it. But the people who are within that, probably 40% are thinking we expect a bit more, are the ones that I take notice of. I'm not going to listen to and don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of respect for the guys who've made it into journalists and made it into commentators, because I do think that it was already all bets off. Although I was quite surprised that a couple of them interviewed him, and I was quite surprised that when we finally got him, they were utilising about him, when I knew in their hearts of hearts that 2 and 2 for them in terms of getting Victor didn't make 4, because that's how I felt. And they felt the same way about getting Victor in, that they were concerned about where we were fitting. The reason why I was saying that is because I had conversations with at least one of them before the signing happens. And so I was very surprised that when we did get him, it changed. The only people that I know who have consistently backed Victor Gyökeres and want him at the club are Dan Potts and Albert Omo.
And me and Matty. Fucking, we wanted him back.
The reason why I noticed them, because 2 years before, it was like I was going to sleep thinking about Victor Gyökeres, and I couldn't wait to see him play, because they talked about his goal record at Lisboa, and they were insistent that he'll be the one making a difference. And that's why I thought, okay, let's give it a chance. But then when I saw the speculation, the conversation with Šeško, I thought, I never once thought we were going to get Victor Gyökeres. I was even telling you guys, just stop talking about Victor. We're not going to get him. Remember the podcast we were doing? I was trying to just shout you guys down. He said, we're getting him. I said, just stop talking. He's not coming. It's going to be Šeško. And then all of a sudden, when I phoned you, didn't I, Lee?
Yep.
And I said, Lee, whatever you're doing, get a computer. He's coming.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, and I went live.
Even then, when I saw him in his Arsenal shirt, I was stunned. I was gobsmacked we got him. I was absolutely gobsmacked.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Kenny, yeah? Because the manager did not want this guy. He wanted Šeško. This fan base are universally, in awe of this manager. Hence why they suck off 29. Yeah, look at the state of this post. Yeah, this is all bullshit, by the way. Yeah, but look at this. The Gunners are unimpressed with the forwards' output and can then say bids. Yeah. Okay, cool. Can you tell me what Martinelli's fucking output is, please, this season?
Like Trossard's output this year.
What about what about fucking Madueke?
Martinelli.
What's Madueke? Yeah. What about 29? Oh, but they've been injured.
Captain,
fantastic. Oh dear God.
Matty,
bro, all of this is a load of bollocks peddled by top gooners via the football club. And I swear down there, you see when you see half of these accounts, right? Look at this account. This account has 73,000 followers. That would not surprise 81,000 on that one. My bad. That would not surprise me one bit. Yeah, if that is a a club affiliated somehow, some way, indirectly, spreading the narrative. Because listen, I'm not a fucking idiot. I know that football club Yeah, as their grubby little paws on everything. Yeah, I know that firsthand. I've seen that. Ken, you know this as well. Yeah, we know this firsthand. Yeah, right. They have their grubby little paws on everything. So now what they can do is they can build up a load of following. Yeah, and then spread narratives. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if this F365 that has 73K, yeah, that's the one they've tagged. Yeah, official Twitter page for football365.com. Yeah, football analysis since 1997. Oh, really? Well, Twitter didn't exist until 2000 and fucking when? Right, do me a favor, mate. Yeah, these are well, they're not bot accounts, but same with the journalists that go and sit in the press conferences. They're paid shills. Yeah, and they're paid indirectly. Oh, you be a good little puppet and you can have an interview with a player. Yeah, now that's good for your CV going forward. Yeah. Oh, if you're a really good little puppet, you're like David Ornstein now. You're now allowed to tweet out a new signing officially confirmed 1 minute before the football club. Yeah, because that's what he's allowed to do. So now it wouldn't surprise me one bit if most of these accounts with these massive followings are the same thing. Yeah, this is a load of bullshit. Yeah, that striker is our top goal scorer. He's had 18 shots on target and scored 12 of them. And he's the problem. But Madueke ain't. Our captain, who couldn't pass a fucking ball to him the other day, clean through, he ain't. But because he couldn't square a ball to Star Boy, yeah, he's the problem. I ain't having it. I'm sorry. I was right about Odegaard. I was right about Vieira. I was right about Ben White at centre back. I was right about Cedric. I was right about Marie. I was right about fucking 29.
Calafiori.
Yeah, Calafiori. I was right about fucking that other fucking Olympic sprinter, Noon Savage. Zubamendi. I said, pressing me folds. I'm right about him as well. I know I am. And I ain't backing down. This guy is not the problem. We were 9 points clear with this guy. Whether you like him or not as a footballer, we all know he's a shit footballer.
We hadn't had
Put
18
the ball in the box, he'll score goals, bro.
Hadn't seen 18 goals since Aubameyang was at the club.
Thank you.
Has 29
ever scored 18?
I think maybe 14, 16, something like that at the most.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was in the year. I think we finished 1 point behind, if I'm not mistaken.
Matty, the problem is the fact that we're talking and discussing it tonight is what they're trying to achieve, because once again, it's taken all the attention away from the manager.
Yeah.
This conversation should have been about the manager tonight, not about the players. How many times did we say at the start of the season, this team is good enough? These players are good enough to go and win trophies. This team is good enough to go and win a double, right? There you go, right? The fact that we're at the end of the season, now the narrative's spun that we're talking about the players. Arteta's sitting there with his feet up, having a coffee, having a chill up, because he knows that it's spun now. He knows the pressure's off of him. It's all on the players.
But I blame the Cronkies for that, though, DJ.
I
blame the Cronkies for that because they facilitate all this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh,
and they've allowed him to have the keys.
Next season, if he's still here, man, if he's still here, them Cronkies have got to.
Oh, yeah.
If he's still here and he don't win nothing, mate, yeah, I ain't watching him. Yeah, so if you guys want to do a podcast, we'll be talking about Arsenal women.
Yeah, but the thing is, I still do a podcast. But you know, but I don't blame the Cronkies, because at the end of the day, the fact is, the person I blame, and he's not with us anymore, is Peter Hillwood. Because I'll tell you one thing: when David Dean first brought Stan Kroenke into the club, the first thing Peter Hillwood said, "We don't want that sort here." And all of a sudden, since then, the Cronkies have ingratiated themselves into the psyche of this Arsenal Football Club. They've ingratiated themselves into the Arsenal. They've ingratiated themselves into Victoria Crescit, Concordia Crescit. They've done all of that. And I'll tell you one thing now. When you buy into that bullshit, the Arsenal, Victoria Concordia Crescit, what you buy into is a team that's, we're proud that we've been in the top league for 107 years. We've had no relegations. Yeah, we might get in Europe occasionally, but we do things the right way.
Yeah,
we may win the Premier League occasionally, but we never get into financial trouble. That big ground we built, yes, we wanted to compete with Bayern Munich and Man United.
While we were doing it,
We only wanted to do it off the pitch. On the pitch, if it happens, it happens. But we're never going to spend like those thugs, Man City and Chelsea. No, we're going to do it the organic way, our way. And the Cronkies are bought into it. So when you say get the Cronkies out, you're wasting your time, because unless you get an owner that rips up our traditions, rips up the Arsenal, Victoria Concordia Crescent, then you're going to get the same results. You're going to get you're going to get Arsenal fans making prats of themselves by saying they're a massive, massive club. You're going to get the most loyal Arsenal fan out there being on a debate with a Liverpool fan saying which club's bigger, Arsenal or Liverpool, and the Arsenal fan's the most loyal. We know who he is going to say Arsenal, and he's going to look even more and more deluded. We're going to look deluded. Because guess what?
Yeah.
Well, every time I hear Lee says, "Oh, Chelsea are going to win one, are going to catch us up in trophies. Man City are going to catch us up in trophies." That's our bloody future, unless we rip up the Arsenal Victoria Concordia Crescent and get an owner in like Abramovich, and Sheikh Mansour says second is nowhere. Until we have the second is nowhere approach, we're always going to have a situation where it's going to be, oh, don't worry, at least we're in the Champions League. Don't worry, at least we're not in financial trouble.
We don't think this fan base does not think that what happened to Everton back in the day, Aston Villa, some of these other clubs that were at high prominence back in the day, they don't think that can happen to us. They don't. I have seen plenty of teams throughout sports across the world. Any Cowboys fan in the chat? If any Dallas Cowboys fan in the chat, put a 1 in there, because they know exactly what I'm talking about. I have seen teams where they were at the top of the apex and they fall flat from grace. And this fan base does not think it can happen to us. And all, like you said, they have subscribed to this. Oh, well, we'll just do it the right way. All 4 of us was on this panel when, well, not on this panel, but all 4 of us were supporting this football club when Manchester City got the money. They came in, they laid a plan out. The Sheik laid a plan out. He said, we will do this, that, and this. 15 years later, what are they doing?
Same with Roman Abramovich.
And Abramovich. We all remember when they came into the money.
I was sat in the fucking car with Tony Roth, and he went, world domination, geez. He goes, we're dominating world football now. They're in another final. They ain't even got, they got Dan Potts as manager.
Lee,
they're in another final. I know, it's crazy.
Nobody would have even thought they would be in the final this time last month.
They got Dan Potts as manager, mate.
The reference as well.
They sacked the manager in less than 6 months. Standards. Everybody else has standards except us. We promote mediocrity. I told you we vaulted up. I told you we eat off paper plates rather than to try to win silverware. We rather eat off paper plates. I told you that, Lee.
But don't worry, according to Gunner blog, that knob, yeah, and he is a fucking knob, yeah. Arsenal are optimistic that 29 has avoided serious injury, yeah, and will be able to play a role in the running. Assessments ongoing and likely to miss some football, but outlook better than initially feared. We ain't seeing him again this season, by the way. Just saying. Yeah, we know this club inside out, upside down, back to front. We have called, Matty, me and you, on the fucking watch-alongs. We have called for 18 months with Ola every single injury in a row that they're going to happen.
Declan is next.
Declan or Saka ain't going to the World Cup, and if they do, yeah, they ain't seeing next season, mate.
Declan next.
Yeah, if they do, they are not seeing next season. You see the players all on their fucking knees at the end of the game. They're shot to bits. We've got Atleti on Wednesday.
Lee, that's what I'm talking about. Wednesday.
Running riot, rested.
Hey, fellas, do y'all see a parallel from last season? Remember we played PSG? What happened? We played PSG. Timber went down, right? Timber,
yeah.
I need you. Hey, Urian, I need you on Tuesday. I need you on Tuesday.
Yeah. When he said he could barely walk. And no top gooners were sharing that podcast that he did at the end of the season, did they?
We've seen this before. They're going to have to work extra hard.
The Dutchies for translating that from Dutch
to
English.
They're going to have to work extra hard to beat Atleti. This is another game, gentlemen, with high pressure stakes at hand. We know how this team operates when high pressure is at hand. When we play Atleti,
we've won 5 league games in a row. That's our best run, yeah, this season. 5. We have to win 5 to win the league, and even then we might not win the league. Man City have won 6 in a row. That's their best.
Kenny, what did we say at the beginning of the year? We said 7, 8, 9 game win streak. Now, if we'd have done a 7, 8, 9 game win streak early in the season, Lee, I mean, if we talk we champions, we done.
That's the thing. That's the thing. This, you could debate this as much as you like, but the fact is that we knew this club. You know, when Man City started dropping points, people said it would be over by January. It isn't. It's still going on in May. We come up the 1st of May. It's still ongoing. You know, it's one of the things where I don't know where it's the manager or the players or the whole club. I've never seen a team get into so many positions and fold like this. It's like you looked at us before before the Fulham game, and we looked imperious. I thought, right, this is it. And then forget the Sunderland game. There are many times I thought, right, no more. But when I see us now, I look how vulnerable we look.
So bad.
I look at the passing,
really bad.
and I look how our midfielders having to go deeper and deeper. Declan Rice having to play deep. Odegaard having to play deep. Zubimendi all playing deep, and then it's like isn't a back four. It's like a back eight sometimes. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, what's going on here? What's going on here? And that's pressure. I hear this manager, and every time I hear him speak, he's under pressure. He talks about fire. Managers at calm don't talk about fire. Managers at calm don't talk about his record in Europe. I saw a guy who was on one of the silly channels being interviewed. He got a standing ovation. You know why he got a standing ovation? It's because Mick Arteta ended Spurs' hoodoo over us, i.e. Spurs were dominating North London, and Mick Arteta came and changed that. Mick Arteta has got us into 2 European Champions League semi-finals. No manager's done that. He got a standing ovation. He got thousands of likes on Twitter for saying that. That's what we've been reduced to. We're in the top 4 regularly. Because I think that's what he's trying to get to. And we've got the 2 Champions League semi-finals. Wow. He didn't talk about trophies. He didn't talk about the domination that we're currently having over our rivals and how we've won our 3rd league title in 4 years. He ain't talking about that. He ain't talking about the Champions Leagues we've won. He's talking about the fact that Mick Arteta stopped Spurs from being a dominant team in North London and got us to 2 Champions League finals. And that's the problem we have as a fan base, that you got a guy getting a standing ovation for coming out with that. Really.
Look at that right out the gate.
Martinelli will be key on Wednesday. Come on, man.
So I'm saying
Really?
they're pushing narratives. Get that fucking knob off my screen underneath.
He's been absolutely dreadful for
He
2 or
scored
3 years.
6 goals in the
One
Champions League.
Premier League goal all season. He scored one Premier.
The
How many Premier League
narrative
goals?
that the Athletic and all of these major accounts and all of these journos, and I say journo loosely, they're all paid shills from this football club indirectly. Yeah,
Jeez,
pushing
man.
a fucking narrative. Why is the narrative that this striker needs to be binned? Yeah, why is the narrative 29's the key to our success? Why is the narrative Martinelli's amazing and he's going to be key for us winning the champs? Why is the narrative the captain's back? Oh, but we haven't had our right-hand side. Well, we did have our right-hand side, mate. They never won nothing. Yeah, we had our left-hand side that never won nothing. We've had 40-plus players at this football club that have won fuck all, mate, under this manager. Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Lee.
Yeah, it's boring, bro.
Can you pull that back up right quickly? Can you pull that back up? What you just had there with Haken?
With the Martinelli?
Yeah, I want you to pull that because I want this to hit hard when I say it. This brother says Martinelli will be key on Wednesday. He hadn't been key since December 10, 2025. He ain't scored a goal since December in the Champions League. This is what I'm saying. JB, we back to what I said earlier.
Was that last time he scored in the champs?
The last time he scored against Club Brugge.
We done it last week as well, didn't we, Matty? On my show.
Was that last time he scored in the Champions League?
Club Brugge.
That was the last time. Oh, yeah, that was the last time he scored. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Matt Wakey. I had to go check the date just to be sure before I said it. It's December. Brother, this team is in a scoring drought. Nobody wants to hear it. Or if he scored against Kyrie, they're still months away. Even if it's
Comes out, the water's drying up.
the goals are drying up. Kenny, we back to what we had a few years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Chat, I'm putting it in the chat. Now watch a proper right winger, yeah? But don't worry, Saka's back. Now watch a proper right winger. He didn't even celebrate, by the way.
Goals were drying up when we finished a few points behind City that year, and then goals were going in. We're back to that again. I'm telling you now. And it's right here at the same part of the season where we started falling apart. Players are falling apart. Managers looking flustered. He's having crazy press conferences. He's setting stuff on fire like Beavis and Butthead. I mean, this is where we at. I mean, this is where we at.
Do you know what the maddest thing is, though, lads? Yeah, right. We've had this for years and years and years, and it's like Martinelli's been here since before the manager. Saka's been here since before the manager. Gabriel Magalhaes has been here 5 years. Saliba's been here from before the manager. Obviously, he loaned him out, yeah, and he's back again, yeah. Bro, he's had 40-odd players since. Why is it, yeah? Right, so I'll give an example, right? The easiest way to dissect this, yeah? They're all looking to upgrade on our striker that they don't rate. And Kenny, DJ, Matty, Chat, I know a lot of you don't rate him, yeah, as highly as I do, yeah? But at the same time, how is it okay to now want an upgrade on the striker, but we're vilified for wanting an upgrade on the fucking manager?
And the captain.
And the captain.
Yeah, backs.
Make that make sense. Why is the manager free of all this, but any other player is surplus to requirements if a shiny new toy rocks up? So why are we not allowed to want a shiny new manager? Because guess what? You see Mateus Giselle, Mahrez and Ivan Toney FC. He's just done back-to-back Asian Champions Leagues. Back-to-back. Yeah, he won at Salzburg, a double, first season. Man, we went through that.
House. You ain't got to go over there. But I always tell you, you ain't got to go over there. You can stay in house. Slackers yesterday. They were down by one.
Manager, I was saying this to there's a woman who goes in this bar around the corner. Yeah, she's Everton fan. A fella's Leeds. He looks and sounds like David Seaman. Bless up to him. Yeah, right. And Seaman played for them, which is funny, right? And I said to her earlier, this afternoon, I said to her, I actually fucking hate my football club with a passion. Yeah, I said, and I got more joy out of watching the women's team yesterday than I have all season pretty much out of watching the men's team. Yeah, I said, I can't remember the last time I actually really looked forward to watching Arsenal men's team. I said, but I was looking forward to watching that game yesterday. I said, I didn't watch Chelsea against Leeds because I wanted to watch her and her team play. Yeah, and if anyone watched that watch along, and bless up to the people that did, it's done nearly 10K views. Bless up. Yeah, I think we had 600 people watching at one point. That, for me, was what I'm supposed to be for the men's team. But I can't get no enjoyment out of watching this fucking team. And if he don't win nothing, I ain't watching it next season if he keeps his job. Yeah, I'll be doing the women's team. I don't care. She's on for back-to-back champs. Yeah, Bayern Munich drew with Barcelona. Yeah, we beat Lyon. Yeah, last season we lost at home to Lyon, then slapped them 4-2 away. Then we beat, guess who, Matty? Because we did the watch along, Barca in the final. Yeah, it could be Arsenal Barca or Arsenal Bayern final. It could be Lyon, to be fair. And they've won the champs more times than any other women's team. The way we took them apart yesterday, yeah, was fucking crazy. We should have won that 4 or 5, bro. Yeah, but the way they play football is something that resonates with me from the early days of Wenger. They keep the ball on the ground. They're always trying to go forward. Yeah, they'll give you chances. Yeah, Leon hit the bar at 1-1, and Olivia Smith, who was getting fouled all game, yeah, scores the winner. But now my manager went all out attack and said, "No, fuck it, man. We're going all out attack second half."
Yeah, you at home.
He's telling Victor Gyökeres to run to the corner flag when he misplaced that pass. And now, Gyökeres, Arsenal were open to send it. All these stories have come out. Absolute load of bollocks. I'm sick to death of it. You don't see hair flicks in the women's league. You don't see rolling around on their asses. You don't see them taking their bubbles out of their hair and tying their hair back up. You don't see him arguing with the ref. The ball is on the fucking ground. And if he don't win nothing and he keeps his fucking job, I swear right now, I'm not watching the men's team next season. I am done with it, mate. I've spent a fortune on this club. Maybe not as much as Kenny and DJ. Yeah. But at the same time, I ain't doing it next season. Yeah, I'm going to watch her, mate. Yeah, because she knows how to play ball. Yeah, and she wins. She's won 2 trophies already. She's had the job 18 months. Yeah, Champions League back-to-back. I'd be mad if she does it. Yeah, and she has a chance. We got a great squad. Why? Because we went to Man City and said, give us Chloe Kelly.
The best available. We'll take
Yeah,
it.
and Chloe Kelly was out injured, by the way. She didn't play yesterday. Oh, give us Alessia Russo, Man United. We're other. She's better than all of our forwards, by the way. Chloe Kelly is better than all of our wingers, apart from Dowman. Yeah, now give us we want Mariona. Yeah, Caldente. Boom. Better than fucking Zubamendi. Better than all of our left backs, so she could play there as well. Now, guess what? We're going to buy fucking Olivia Smith. Record signing at that time, 1 million from Liverpool. So we've gone to Liverpool, Man United, and Man City and took their best player. Get out there. We took Taylor Hines back. She run her contract down in Liverpool. We'll have you back. But Arsenal, let's go and buy this player. Yeah, and we'll make a whole song and dance about how Madueke is so much fun to watch and Calafiori. Yeah, fuck off, mate. It's boring. Yeah, and I'm actually genuinely bored of it. Yeah, next season I ain't doing it, lads. I ain't doing it. I swear down, I'm not fucking doing it. He wins something, and he if he don't and he keeps his job, I ain't doing it, mate. I'm watching the women's team. Fan cams, press conference reactions, watch-alongs. Yeah, all my talk on my channel, on this channel, will be about the women's team. I'm bored of it. It gets in the way of my life. Yeah, I was sat on the beach on Saturday with my pals. Yeah, had some nice food. I was chilling with my mates. Yeah, and I was like, fucking hell, I've got to go home and do the watch-along for the Newcastle game. Can't be asked. Genuinely can't be asked, lads. But I was excited to come home and watch Slegger's ball because I knew we were going to win. Yeah, and I knew I'm going to see good football.
That's why I still want him to go, even if he wins something. I've been saying it for time. I still want him out if he wins something. It needs freshening up.
Yep,
it needs freshening up. And as and Kenny said it earlier on in the stream, there's a lot of fans that we sit with over the Emirates don't watch podcasts, don't know who we are, don't watch it, and even they're saying, "I'll take a manager. Go get Ancelotti for 2 years. Just win us a couple of trophies, domestic trophies, and play lovely football. I'll take that." Because they're absolutely fed up with it. We're paying good money to go and watch them, and it's hard work. It's real hard watch, and I'm just sick and tired of players not performing. I'm sick and tired of watching Saka that should be absolutely levels, look bang average. And I'll tell you something now, Lee, and I said this as well. If Saka is not performing by January next season, I want him up for sale and all. Sorry. Cash in on him because he hasn't done it for time. And if we don't cash in on him, he's going to end up walking for free because of the wages he's on. So, there might come a time when we've got to cross that bridge. Fans ain't going to like it. It's either that or we get nothing for him. That's the situation with Saka.
No, I hear it. Look at the state of this. Arsenal were very happy with the fee paid for Noni Madueke and are adamant it will be seen as excellent business in a few years. Mikel Arteta really pushed for the deal, believing he can thrive at Arsenal and does not view him as a backup. Charlie Boy Watts, who wrote Arteta Revolution. 16th of July, 2025. Don't let these pompous little condescending middle-class twats, try and infiltrate our game. This is our fucking club, not theirs.
You know,
they're only there for the pound note, mate.
You know what I heard in that right there? He's going out to the left wing with Martinelli leave.
Yep. Trossard and Martinelli are going the summer. He'll be left wing option. Starting every week.
Who's going to buy him, though?
Well, Arsenal expert.
Who's buying these players? Who's buying
the club
these
are happy with the price, while the head coach does not view him as a backup. I know Arsenal are happy with the price they've paid, what's said in a column for caught offside. They believe it matches up well to what other players of Madueke's profile have moved for this summer, and are adamant in a couple of years' time they will look on it as an excellent piece of business. Mikel Arteta has really been pushing the deal. He believes Madueke can thrive in the environment, an environment like Arsenal's, and do not view him as a backup. He is bringing him in to play a lot of games, whether that be on the right or the left.
Ooh.
That is Charlie Boy Watts.
Oh no! The thing is, has the manager done anything to discount that?
No.
And that's the situation. As long as the manager plays him, these guys are going to look like $1 million. And the thing is, I always say to when I see these interviews now, I can categorically say the club watch everything. They know who is who. They watch everything, and I always say, nowadays when you want to get a story, it's about need to know, and it's not like a normal need to know. It's you will know what we want you to know. You will need to know when you need to know. And this thing that Charlie Watts is peddling isn't peddle. It's actually coming direct from the horse's mouth. He's been fed that by a club official, and he's been told what to say. And that's why I look at them.
That's why I don't rate and respect any of them, because they're paid shields.
Well, that's the thing. But that's modern football now. Most of the journos these days wouldn't dare do it. You think you're talking about the journals I know, people like Harry Harris, John Sadler, people like Martin Samuel before he became chief reporter, even John Cross. Back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, these managers were having fisticuffs with journalists because journalists weren't.
Fergie banned
Your
job is to report the truth, otherwise I'm kicking you out, Fergie said, didn't he?
Yeah, but the new journalists, the new waves, people we know, who we've done podcasts with, they're the new wave who need to get a foot in, because don't take this the wrong way. They're competing. They're competing with. They're not just competing with, like I said, other journalists. We're in a situation where a lot of male journalists are struggling to get work because they're trying to push the women's journalists into football. So with all of that, they're not going to get a gig with Arsenal and upset Arteta. So
that's why our club is fucked.
Diluted and filtered.
And that's why our club is fucked. Man United are about to go 1-0 up. 1-0. Oh, wow, what a block. Jesus Christ. Ahmad should have scored. Kobe Mino, sorry. Was it Kobe Mino or Ahmad?
It was Ahmad.
Either way. Yeah, it was Ahmad, yeah. But either way, the point stands, Kenny, and you're spot on there, right? This is why I can't respect them. Because they're peddling the club narrative. Their job as a journalist, and they're not journalists. Yeah, we know a geography teacher from Gillingham that's never been journo school, mate. Yeah, but he sucked off the club after getting given a channel that I then helped him fucking treble in size. Yeah, and now he quit his job, and now he's sitting there interviewing Arteta and getting a AAA pass for every game home and away. Yeah. Their job as journalists is to be the link between the club, yeah, and the fans. Instead, it's now to peddle out the club narrative. Yeah, I can't take them serious, and this is what they've bought into. Yeah, and this is why I can't take them seriously. Harry Simi, who sat there after we lost in the second leg at PSG last season in May, yeah, when Mikel Arteta was sat right there, 10 foot in front of him, yeah, with Canton sat next to him, and he said this on Sophie, bless up Sophie, yeah, he said it on Hybrid Squad. Mikel Arteta said we're the best team in Europe. The bench told me. Yeah. Harry said that he looked at Canton and then rolled their eyes and went, oh, wow. Well, why didn't you stand up and fucking say something then? Yeah, I can't take him seriously, bro. Yeah, and this is the thing. This is what our club has become, and we've allowed it because the majority of people are just happy to get the gravy train and get on the route to go into mainstream. They call out all the mainstream media, but then they're desperate to be on it. They're desperate to, I made my debut on Sky Sports. What are you talking about? Oh, I made my debut on fucking TalkSport. Nobody cares, bro.
Yeah, but the common denominator, Lee, though, you've got to remember one thing.
Albert, bruv.
If a manager, Brian Warner, if a manager is a long-term manager, and Mikel's long-term manager, then access to him is going to be on the sort of football's equivalent.
But nobody should be a long-term manager. Win or fuck off.
Yeah, I understand that.
The aim of elite sport is to win your honours. That's it. It's an elite sports team against an elite sports team. You all compete to see who's the best.
Hear what you're saying. Look at the way they talk to Rossenior, and look at the way they talk to Carrick. Look at the way they talk to Slot. They would never talk to Slot the way they talk to Jurgen Klopp, because Jurgen Klopp was a long-term manager. Look at the interviews with Guardiola, long-term manager. If you're a situation where you're not seen as a long-term manager, the questions and the tone of voice is a different kettle of fish. Look, as I said, look how they talk to Rosselló. And look how they talk to
but at the same time, that also comes from the football club. Yeah, when you watch it or listen to or read the transcripts from this guy's press conferences, it's an absolute shit show. He blatantly admitted that Bukayo Saka, he played injured. Not one of them little paid shills stood up and said a word.
No.
Yeah, I'm not even lying. His pre-match press conference, for that Newcastle game, he blatantly admitted indirectly that he played him injured. Do you know how fucking sapped he is? And nobody called it out. None of the fan base have called it out. Nobody called out that Timber sat on a podcast, mate. Yeah, you was in the chat that night when Yasser, bless up Yasser and all the Dutchies in the chat, translated it from Dutch into English. Why wasn't that copied and pasted by Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, and this and that? He said he could barely walk. Yeah, and he was in a group chat with his brother or his brothers. Yeah, saying, and they're going, "How are you going to mark Doué, Dembele, Kvaratskhelia?" He goes, "I can't walk." Yeah, and as he's walking off the training ground, Urian, rest up. I need you tomorrow. But we see it, Matty, on the watch along. Yeah, and DJ, you were in the ground for the first leg. He went down injured and he was holding his knee and his hamstring.
Yeah, I told you.
And he went over and he put his shirt over his face and wiped his face, didn't he, man?
Hey, what did I tell you?
You can ask him how he fucking was.
What did I tell you? I said, that's not the right league. That's not the one. I said, that's the other league. That's the other knee that he injured.
Yeah. Every word of his press conference, is a disgrace, right? This is what he said about Saka. Listen to this about Saka, yeah? How was no journo, I say journo loosely, they're wankers that are just trying to get a press pass, right? On how Saka has been this week. This is the pre-match on Friday, before Newcastle. We have given him some time because there was a moment that he was struggling to sustain the performances because he was not comfortable at all. And we've done that, so he's had the right treatment, the right space. So you played him injured in a cup final. You played him 90 minutes for 5 games in a row before he went to England international duty and got sent back.
You played him injured.
Well, nobody stood up and said, "Sorry, Mikel."
Did you see
me? You played him injured.
Did you catch him Saturday when they asked him about the injuries to the players this weekend? He immediately shifted it back to the game. When they said, what's going on with the players?
I said this to Lee the other day. If you notice what he does
from the Atleti,
when he's under pressure, injured. Lee, I said to you the other day, didn't I? When he's under pressure, his answers come very short in the press conference. I don't know. Oh, this, that. When he's on top, he waffles and gives out all this spiel. Now it's all short, cocky answers. I mean, it's just. Oh, honestly, man, it's just crazy.
Just look at this. Look at this.
Look
at this. And if there are any fresh injury concerns, Bukayo Saka probably is going to be in the squad. So good news. Yeah. On Calafiori and Timber, Ricardo probably in the squad as well. Urian not. But exactly. Was Ricardo Calafiori in the squad? Oh, he wasn't. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, and I fucking said that when I did the press conference. This is why I do the reactions to it, to break down bullshit into English. Well, Spanglish. Yeah, I knew one of them weren't going to be in the squad out of Saka or Calafiori. Yeah, look at this. This dickhead. Yeah, oh my fucking days. That weird motherfucker from Sky Sport. Anyone who's got Sky Sports, cancel it. That was the guy that took the balloon and the poem in. Roses are red. Arsenal are too.
Arteta, I love you.
Red car, mate.
Yeah, the red car. Hey, what did he say? What did he say? What did he say, Lee? What did he say?
Yes.
Yes. And then the dog and everybody walk around.
Yeah, and Arteta comes walking out with his son and the dog. Yeah, has anyone seen Win, by the way? Look at this. On what our supercomputer says compared to Opta's. What are you talking about, bro? Gary Cottrell is a weirdo. On having belief in what we're saying. He don't give 2 fucks. He's on 15 M's and everyone keeps sucking him off. Yeah. And do you know what the maddest thing about this is? I don't necessarily blame him. This comes back to the ownership and the board because they're facilitating all of this. They're the ones that are paying indirectly for all these people to do all of this.
Lee, let's
It's
keep it a
mad.
buck. Let's keep it a buck. The reason why a lot of these journals are the way they are, they're hanging on to that check because they know if Arteta's out this football club and a serious manager coming here, it's over. The buck stops with whoever comes in the door. You think Ancelotti's gonna put up with this shit? You think Simeone's gonna put up with this? You think any manager that's worth their weight in gold is gonna put up with this? With the behavior that you see from some of the people that you know the suspects. I don't have to say it. Y'all know who they are. You think people are gonna put up with that?
Look at this one. I'm
Yeah, I mean,
fighting for the title
right
against
here.
Celtic
Right here.
when playing for Rangers. We were fighting with Celtic for 10 months. Yeah, the way they've dressed this up is like they were playing an Old Firm derby, and he scored a 96-minute winner, by the way. Yeah, no, they needed to win 6-1 or 5-0, 1-0 Man United. Casemiro, their best player. Yeah, they're making out that he fucking scored an Old Firm derby penalty in stoppage time to win them the title. They didn't. I think they beat Dunfermline or fucking Hibs or someone there, right? And they won 6-1, but they had to get 5-goal difference to win the league. You know, they had to win by 5 goals to win the league, right? So we were fighting with Celtic for 10 months. We got the last kick of the game, 96th minute at home. We needed to score a goal, and I took the penalty, and we won the league by 1 goal difference. And that was it. If you actually go and Google that, which I've done, they never played Celtic in an Old Firm derby on the last day of that fucking season. Yeah, and they won 6-1. They scored the penalty in the 96th minute. Yeah, I think it was fucking Hibs or Falkirk or something.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, but the way they've dressed that up, Kenny, is that he scored an Old Firm derby winner, yeah, to win them the league. That's out of order, bro. They're duping people. Oh, he scored the winner against Celtic.
Media manipulation.
It's fucking, they're not even, bro, they're not media. Yeah, it was Dunfermline. There you go. 6-1. Big up Frogman, my Scottish G, bruv. Yeah, 6-1 they won that game, but they had to win by 5 goals. Yeah, and the way they have fucking put that out there is that we were fighting with Celtic for 10 months. We got the last kick of the game, 96th minute at home. We needed to score, and I took the penalty, and we won the league by 1 goal difference. He's making out he scored the winning goal against Celtic to win the league.
Yeah, he like a Guerrero.
Arteta. Absolute no bollocks, bro. But this is what this club has become, and we've all allowed it as a fan base. Yeah, and these cronkies, yeah, are the biggest single problem other than the fan base. Yeah, and in fact, I actually blame the cronkies. Well, actually, I don't blame the cronkies. I blame the cronkies to a certain level. The fans have been duped. Yeah, and they can't see the wood for the trees. Because he's keeping us up there, and it's better than being 8th. Well, this cunt took us to 8th. Wenger never.
Yeah, but you know with the cronkies, what you say about the cronkies, and the fact is, right, they're not always on the ground. They're gonna go. They're gonna look at the balance sheet. Then they're gonna look at the results, and they're gonna see, right, are these results bringing us looking good on our balance sheets, i.e. Champions League football, and how much money we get for where we finish in the Premier League, and then that's it. Because if the majority of the fans are going on, terrestrial TV or using their influence to say Mikel Arteta's doing a good job, and they start inviting them to Union Chapel like they did last year, then if I'm not watching that, I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't set the manager because I think the fans want him. There's one guy who I'm not going to mention. I saw his Instagram page. He was at a charity function with Arsenal players, and I could see Calafiori, Declan Rice. 3 years ago, I saw him FaceTiming their captain after we beat Newcastle, the mighty Newcastle, when the league was already done, right? And this guy is on the AST. Now, do you think this guy is going to go to, the younger Kroenke and say, oh, by the way, there's a bit of anarchy at the ground. Mikel Arteta's not very popular, and they're the nature wrestlers. He's not going to do that because he's got access to the club. He's got access to Mick Arteta. So, but the problem is, he's not going to listen to me and you. He's not going to listen to Matty or DJB or the fans because the right people, when it comes to Mick Arteta and the club, are getting the access, and they are the ones that the club listen to, and that's the problem we got. They're the ones who kept Wenger in a job, and these are the ones going to keep Mikel in a job, and that's the problem we got. Doesn't matter when we win the league or not, we got a problem.
Hey Lee, I'm gonna get ready to scoot. I gotta call.
Yeah, I'm gonna wrap anyway. Yeah, but very quickly. On average, a Premier League club spends £8 million a year. Yeah, on PR average. Yeah, for administrative and marketing expenses. 8 million. Yeah, that's how much they're paying these shills, bruv. Yeah, between them. So guess what? Arsenal, I know you watch this. Yeah, my surname's Gunner, and the merch is coming on the 1st of May. Once a Gunner, always a Gunner. Yeah, send me that cease and desist. I want 20 mil. Yeah, you can hold that. Yeah, on that bombshell. DJ, love what you got coming up, brother. I appreciate your time always, man. You're on mute, bro.
I've done a Kenny. I'm on with Aaron in about an hour's time, and then be doing something tomorrow with Jez tomorrow. Me and Kenny and Shane. No retro. That's going to be the following week, and then Wednesday we're back on the mingle. Me and Normski, and then Thursday I will be doing our extra time show. I don't know whether Kenny's around Thursday, but hopefully he is. Looking forward to the Fulham game, must-win game. So, yeah, all good, my friend. Thanks for having me on as well, Lee. Big up to the chat, Kenny, Ken, and Matty. And
bless up, DJ, bro. Matty,
the roller coaster goes on.
He's got his head in his hands because his other striker, the Brazilian
Coyote, missed an absolute sitter.
Yeah. I don't know if you're around Kenny Thursday. Are you around Kenny Thursday?
Yeah, should be.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so I'll be doing. Me and Kenny Ken will be on our show on Thursday as well, so that'd be good.
Keeper got a hand on that. What you got coming up, mate? I know you got a bounce as well, but that's up for the time always.
No problem, brother. I will be with you on Wednesday there for the Atleti game, and
please.
We'll be back on Saturday for Fulham. Sunday for Fulham. What is Sunday? Saturday, Sunday.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'll Google it later.
Yeah.
Bless up, mate. Kenny, what you got coming up, bro? Appreciate you always, man.
Well,
make sure
right now. Well, right now, I've been summoned to go shopping with someone, so that's what I'm doing now. But obviously, tomorrow with Jess, I'm on Dan's show around about at 10 o'clock tomorrow, and obviously it's the match against Atletico, so we're doing our fan cams. I'm with DJB on the 6 o'clock show. And then I'm going to be at the Fulham game. I'm going to meet my mate
Saturday,
and so it's going to be a busy weekend where I just think, you know what? Let's just say, I hope I don't have to sort of cheer myself up by picking out a Chinese buffet because we've lost. I want to eat healthy this weekend. So if Arsenal win, I'll be eating healthy.
On that bombshell, 3,000 less passes. Big up Vegas, yeah.
Big up everyone.
I'm going to redirect to the Man United game. They won their up. It's end to end though, but 3,000 less passes, and we wonder why the players are tired. The club saves them from Arteta. They've still got to play World Cup. Yep, thank you. Tell them Vegas, bro. Yeah, this fan base, they can expeditionally hold that, bro. Bless up to you, Vegas. Always love, bro. I'm going to raid the other channel. Big up Tony as well. Yeah, I'm going to raid the main channel. Bless up everyone who's locked in, like, shared, commented. Make sure you sub to DJB. Yeah, always a good channel, man. Yeah, you got some good shows on there. Kenny Ken 1972, his commentary is always lit. Yeah, on Instagram. And Southern Guna, when he goes, he goes. Yeah. And on that bombshell, we're going. So bless up to everyone locked in. I'll be on the second channel in a second, yeah? Appreciate you all. I'll be back again tomorrow with rants. If these fuckers win, you'll be unbearable. So come on, Brentford. We're out. Laters.
Big up, guys.